Alright class, just want to make a quick video to hopefully clear up some confusion that a number of students reached out with about how to make their slingshot. I'm going to do just a quick demo to go through how you might do that. So to start off, again, I have my cup. I'm going to have a balloon. So the first thing that we're going to want to do is kind of take our balloon. We're going to want to look at the end opposite where we blow into. All I'm going to do is cut off a little bit about the end here, create an opening that can then wrap around our cup. We don't want to take too much of the balloon off. We won't have enough to stretch around it. So now that I have a balloon, I can now open up the top of it, and I'm going to try to stretch this around the base of our cup. So when I put it around the bottom of the cup, ideally I'm going to have this end part of the balloon where we blow into be as close to the center of that cup as possible. We're going to take our balloon, we're going to stretch it out, and we're going to put it on the base of our cup here. So now it should look something like this. Again, hopefully we have the part we blow out to as centered as possible. Last thing I'm going to do is stretch it down so the balloon is flat, secure against the cup. I'm just going to take a piece of tape here, wrap it around our cup just to hold everything in place. So what we've done is we've now created this sort of slingshot where if I pull down the balloon and release it, it should cause our projectile inside our cup to move upwards. So to kind of give a little demonstration here, take a ping pong ball and place it inside our cup. If I pull our balloon down, ping pong ball should shoot up in the air. So guys, the final thing we're going to want to do once we have our slingshot is take measurements of how high the ping pong ball goes based upon different lengths of us stretching the balloon. So for instance, there are a couple of kind of different ways you can do it. You can be creative. One way I think that's going to be an easy way that you guys could do to help measure that height is all I'm going to do is I'm going to take a tape measure. I'm sure many of you probably have these floating around your house somewhere. All I'm going to do is stretch it and place it up against the wall. Just a little bit higher than this, so you guys can see it go up to the ceiling here. I'm going to use a little bit of tape here to attach it. Alright, so now that I have that tape measure behind me, what I can do is I can take our cup, place our projectile inside of it. Again, you can use something like a paper clip, a crumpled up sticky note, pretty much anything that's going to be a lightweight that is going to allow it to shoot up from the balloon. So what I'm going to do is, for me, I think it's going to be a little bit easier to see the inches side of our tape measure here. So I'm going to just make a note in our data table where we have displayed some heights in terms of centimeters and inches. I'm just going to put a circle around the inches one. That way I know the units I've been using for these measurements. So first I'm going to take this 3-foot mark right here at the bottom. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place the bottom of my balloon at that 3 feet mark. So now I know I can pretty easily count down the number of inches that I've stretched it. If we look here, the top of our cup is going to be at about 29 inches. So I'm going to use that as my reference point to help me calculate how far our projectile is gone. So for this first trial, what I'm going to do is stretch the balloon by 3 inches. So I'm going to stretch the balloon from 36 inches down to 39 here. I'm going to see the ball went to roughly about here, at about 15 and a half inches. So I'm going to take the difference between that 28 inches our cup started out and 15 and a half inches. Let's do quick little mental math here. That'd be about 12 and a half inches. So that's going to be what I'm going to write in for my height for trial 1. I'm going to do that 3 more times for a total of 4 trials. And next thing I'll do is, instead of stretching it down 3 inches, I'm going to go a little bit more to stretch it down 4 inches. You can measure the height, the ball goes from there.